Hello. Hello? Am I here? Am I alive? I was alive. Sick. We're alive. I like being alive.
I think if we're in a call together, I don't need to have the open mic channel in Dota
I
selected.
think it's best to have it in game for the replays on the ticket.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
just keep it
that's what it's for. Sure.
I just don't want to hear us twice.
Are we good to go? They're asking us for the okay. Right. I'm about to get this game underway. I'm very excited for this.
Absolutely. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to GTI 2024 edition. My name is Cortez, joined by the one and only Jesper.
Hello. Very glad to be here.
Coin flip going out. We are moments away from starting this draft. Jesper's a lot louder than me. Well, I turned him way up so that I could hear him over the eventual game. If I need to turn
Very
myself
cool.
up,
I mean, I like being louder than people. That's like me in the Dota games. It's not actually true. I usually don't say a huge lot in Dota games unless I'm very angry at someone.
a little balancing here. All right, how about now? I can't turn myself up any louder than I already am in my mixer. So
Any OS struggle balanced in chat? Is this balanced? Something about Loda? Funny yokel, haha. I hope it's fine now. More balanced than the draft is gonna be. Exactly, that's why I'm hoping to see her. So these two teams, Wogan's Wizards, there's some returning faces here, and then some completely new ones.
5
seconds.
I am gonna be honest. I don't know for sure if Steve Handjob is Baconsorcerer already standing in. These people like to play with their names, so I'm not completely sure. Baconsorcerer is in the call, so I'm gonna assume it is him.
5 seconds.
I'm gonna assume so as well. Just like you said, the amount of name changing that goes on here is makes it hard to keep up with.
Right. Do you make something of this Dazzle ban by Wogan's Wizards?
10 seconds to go.
If I knew more about the players, I don't know if I knew if it was
5
targeted,
seconds.
then I'd say so. But
I mean, you're on the right track. It is absolutely targeted because this is one of Ducty's favorite heroes. Like he plays at carry as well, but he plays in mid as well. His two like choice heroes are TA and Dazzle. Like whether he's in mid or in the safe lane. So this is definitely Wogan's Wizards doing their research there. They're targeting Ducty's Dazzle with that.
very nice. Even not in a core role, Dazzle can be a very
5 seconds.
oppressive lane support. So just a strong laner no matter where you put him. Good ban by Wogan.
Radiance ban.
Oh, that's a good point. We do have Rocket standing in for Halo 3 soundtrack. So we've got the Bad Lad support here in chat, cheering on their teammates. So this is Rocket standing in for Crazy Ads, I believe.
5 seconds. Dyer's ban.
Looking at some of these bans, I think most of these are pretty generic outside of the Dazzle ban being just one of Ducty's choice heroes.
Definitely the amount of Sand King that we've seen on streams lately.
Yeah, I mean, like Disruptor Hoodwink, pretty
standard, straightforward.
Standard choices.
Very curious to see how the GTI meta develops over the course of the tournament.
Absolutely.
Whether there will be one or if it's just well, let's just pick this. That could
I think,
very well
especially
be
in these early games, it's just going to be mostly people like banning out some of the known strong picks in the patch and then just focusing on their own game plan.
Speaking of strong
most
picks,
of the time in these games is probably a good idea.
Speaking of strong picks, the first pick, Clock, on the side of Wogan, responded to with the Willow, a Halo 3.
Those both very good picks, I feel. This Clockwork is probably going to be one of the support roles, which would be
most likely the
either
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, I mean it's most traditional on the 4, but like if you wanted, you could swap it to the 5.
Seconds.
I say traditional, like obviously Clock used to be a 3, but like these days, absolutely not happening.
No, you still want a big aura, beefy aura man, I think, for your 3, right? Clockwork just does not fall into that role.
Yeah, he's kind of been muscled out of the 3 position, which a lot of people are sad to have seen, including myself. But it is just the way the game is developed.
True, Wogan does have the mind of Plague on their side, acting as their captain. So,
Radiance ban.
Having said that, I have absolutely no idea who the coach for Halo 3 soundtrack is. His name is listed as Marty O'Donnell. I have absolutely no idea who that is. So for all we know, he could be a god player as well. But yeah, this Halo 3 soundtrack team to me is also pretty exciting. I think it's like made up of like some members of Qun, I believe, from last GTI, and some members of Bingus Academy, bringing in Ducty and Vesper. And I think Chess Hands didn't play last GTI, but I might be wrong about that.
I don't think I did any of his games if he did play. Yeah, I'm not.
If I forgot about you, Chess Hands, I'm very sorry, but I'm pretty sure he didn't play last year.
5 seconds.
So we've got the Snapfire picked up here for Halo 3 soundtrack, which most likely is going to be the other support. seems like a fairly decent
Yeah, definitely
start
a
to
bully
the
in her
draft
own
up.
right too. Match the aggressiveness of a clock pick, but from a ranged standpoint.
Yeah, might also be just a setup into like some sort of team fighting lineup. Got both Snapfire and Dark Willow benefit highly from like a Mars Arena or something like that. Just keep people in one place, line them up for the Terrorize or the Kisses.
You've got options because not only do you have the Terrorize, you also have the Bedlam, which can't be slept on. If you were to pick up a Void here, Chrono into Kisses and Bedlam on the Void would be a lot of damage.
I think they changed Bedlam so you no longer cast it on an ally, but I'm not sure about that.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Radiant's pick.
There's a Jug. Jug's an interesting pick. I don't think we see a huge amount of him at the moment. And there's Pudge. I'm pretty sure that's a Focus pick. Focus loves his Pudge. I mean, it's Focus drafting, so I'm 90% sure he picks himself that.
10 seconds.
Jugget seems very strong in lower brackets, which is absolutely what we're in. So
5 seconds.
I think Plague will be wise to that piece of information. So that's probably a good reason for that. Ember Spirit, that's an interesting one.
Definitely locks in their mid with the 4th pick here. So
Most likely, yeah.
we saw.
I mean, it's something you could theoretically like shift to the safe
10
lane,
seconds to go.
but I think these days you mostly see him in the mid.
5
Definitely saw Ember Spirits run amok last GTI, notably in the hands of FedEx. Single-handedly
Yeah.
taking over games.
Dyer's ban.
So if you're confident on this, it'll be a battle of spirits in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, Void Spirit, obviously known as a Wogan hero. He's been playing that since like very early when he's just starting to play mid.
10 seconds to go.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see the Spirit matchup in the mid lane.
5 seconds. Radiant's ban.
Which would mean that Halo 3 Soundtrack are looking for a carry and Wogan's Wizard for an offlaner probably in this.
Radiant's ban.
Yeah, I was kind of half expecting the Mars to come out from Halo 3 Soundtrack, as both Dark Willow and Snapfire synergize very well with it. But then, like, knowing Focus loves his spots, I also find it very
10
likely
seconds
that
to
he just
go.
couldn't resist picking that up for himself.
5 seconds. Dyer's ban.
Tide ban for Halo 3 Soundtrack. Trying to take some of these big team fight tools out of the hands of Wogan's Wizards for their offlane pick.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Dyer's pick.
Wogan's Wizards banning out the Wraith King. See what they're gonna go with for their offlane pick here. That Mars is
10
still in there. I
seconds to
don't think
go.
it'd be a bad pick for
5
Wogan's
seconds.
Wizard as well, although
Radiant's pick.
provides Visage.
Oh,
That
Visage,
is a spicy pick. I like that a lot.
And responded to with another spicy
yes.
pick.
This
Here we go, chat.
This is a Jazz Hunt special. I have been privy to some of his Meepo games, and it is very good to watch. I am super excited about this. If I need to name 2 Jazz Hunt specials, it's Meepo and Morphling. And I don't have much to say about it. I'm very excited to see this game. this month's Visage also something I'm very excited to see. I'm a big Visage enjoyer. I'm glad to see it come out here in this game 1. Doom Wogan's Wizards and Halo 3 soundtrack.
Chat pointing out that Witch Doctor taking Festeration for the facet. You still want to go for the Headhunter, I think, here.
I'll be perfectly honest, I don't think I've played Witch Doctor since they added facets, so I have no idea. But I know like there was the big time when Food of Festeration was just destroying every... I have absolutely no idea what it's at now.
Well, it's decent versus Meepo if you don't get immediately blown up.
That's true. That is a very important condition for that to work.
Well, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. We are on the map now for game number 1 between Wogan's Wizards and Halo 3 soundtrack. Once again, I'm Cortez, joined by Jesper, and we are in for a real treat. Jazz Hands Meepo, Munt Visage.
Yeah, these are some very spicy picks, and we're straight into the past. That's a GTI classic as well. Apparently, Jazz Hands' game has crashed. You can't have no 1 Meepo on the screen, let alone like 5 or 6. I don't know if you actually get 6 these days. I don't know what the facet does. Yeah, Focus finding out here he has made it over to play Pudging Week, so he was very happy to be able to pick that up for himself. I'm very excited for this Focus patch as well, just because I know he loves playing it. According to himself, like this is information coming straight from Focus himself. He hits all his hooks in lane and then stops hitting them altogether. The last time I laned with him, he did the exact opposite. He missed everything in lane, and as soon as I left the lane, he started hitting them. So we're gonna see what it's gonna be like this time.
What kind of Pudge performance is in store for us indeed? This could be such a tempo hero for Halo 3. If he's landing hooks and they're able to stay aggressive and stay on top of getting picks, not let
If
this
they get
Void
like
free roam and get farm, not let this Jug get farm. If you can keep them scared and make them respect the hook, you can really slow down their timings.
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of snowball potential on this Radiant lineup for Halo 3 soundtrack. Like Ember, Meepo, Pudge can all hit these like important timings that just let them snowball very hard. So if they hit some of those, they could very easily take over this game.
Someone called the doctor?
Okay, we've got Jazz Hands back in. To be able to resume this game momentarily.
Shadow comes out, 2 Raid Shadow Legends. What a mobile game.
Raid Shadow Legend, not actually the sponsor of Jazz Hands. His sponsor apparently is Love Honey, which is not Raid Shadow Legends, I'm pretty sure. Jazz Hands knows what I want to see. Yeah,
They're
he
looking.
knows what I like.
They're looking to set up for the
30
invade.
seconds to showtime.
Expect it. This is something we do every game I play in my stack. Invade the southern rune on Dire, invade the northern rune on Radiant. 9 times out of 10 it works because people just never expect it, but the goons always know to expect it. So we're staying on our side of the river, boys. There's a whole lot of posturing for
Yeah,
a
it
whole
looks
lot of
like
nothing.
Wogan's not going to try to contest the topside room, but Steve Handchops is going for the
We'll throw
rune
out a
here,
hook and hooks his
Fox actually
Snapfire.
hooks Asper away from it. Yeah, so that's 3 runes going away Wogan's reserve right off the bat. Right, this is an excellent start to this game.
That the laning phase can begin. How are you feeling about the vanilla skin Juggernaut on 85?
It is an interesting one. I feel like Jug has so many skins these days that it's hard to even not have a skin for Juggernaut at this point. I feel like even if you don't play him, at some point you'll get your hands on something like that applies to the hero. Just because there's so many of them. Or I could laying some heavy harassment out into Denimbeard here in the top lane.
Honestly, I think I only have like a couple of masks for him. I don't think I have like a full set. I've had the game for 10 years at this point. That's
feel
where
like I
getting
have, like,
stuck in the cogs.
A lot of Juggernaut items.
Eats a soul assumption. He's sticking around to get very low, and Muntacus will
Yes.
finish him with the second soul assumption. And with the
That
death
is my
facet
level.
too.
That is my level 1 soul assumption right there. Such a huge spell at level 1. Especially if you've got like a rundown type hero like Clockwork. Love to see it. And obviously with the death toll, Munt also getting extra money for kills he gets with the soul assumption.
Yep.
Look at that
early
damage.
item for him. It's a big return damage on with the scatter blast, but meanwhile up top, 85 goes down to Falcus with the hook.
Yep. No. So for Ducty pulling slightly ahead in the mid lane against Wogan. The tiny lead so far. Wogan pick up some of these lines, it'll bring it a bit closer.
All right, chat. If we get a break in the action, then I'll change to hero icons. I just typically don't play with hero icons.
I like hero icons.
I actually like to know which direction people are facing because it kind of lets you know whether or not they're expecting like a rotation or a gank or something.
That's fair, but I find myself more often wondering what hero is at any point than which direction they're facing. Oh, that's almost another hook by Focus there, but just about misses it.
Mid lane spirits are happy to trade farm, and both the top two last hits so far, 15-3 on the side of Ducty, 13-2 on the Void Spirit. Just keep it even, not too much kill potential till level 6 happens for either spirit.
Yeah, most of the lanes going decently even so far. As before, Ducty's slightly pulling ahead of Wogan, but like nothing insurmountable just yet.
Down bottom,
But,
another
yeah.
soul assumption onto the low Meepo. Jazz Hands does have his second Meepo though, so can be free to run this one back to base if he so desires.
85% back a mile with hook by Focus.
Gets hit by a hook, yes. Saw it right as the hook went out. Another
So far,
death for this Jug.
Focus living up to his own promise. He's hitting the hooks in lane. Doing what he said he would do. Now I expect him to miss like all of the hooks once he gets out of lane, as he also promised.
Both spirits have their bottles. We'll split the water runes.
It's nice to share some water with the opponents. You got Thirsty doing the old mid lane.
Once we'll have a bracer on the way. How do you feel though about the changes to like bracer, null tally, and another hook up top on Falcus? And they will get the Witch Doctor under tower. It's another kill.
He's definitely making this patch pick count for him. As far as the changes to the items go, it was definitely necessary. I don't think anyone can argue with that. Like, especially the Bracer was just so good.
Yeah, you really should not be. You should not have like a minute 5 item at 30 minutes anymore and have it be a significant impact like that.
Yeah, exactly, and it also just constrains builds. Like, some items were just not worth getting because like a 25-minute plus Bracer would just do more.
Black and Mild trying to run down Falcus, but does not have the movement speed. The Maledict will not tick him down. Falcus lives.
They brought him low though, so they'll inhibit him a little bit in pressuring them as much as he has so far. But he's getting a self-infamous courier. Oh, no, actually it was Rocket, but he's sharing it with Falcus. Steve Handjob, which I still assumed to be Baconsorcerer, is trying to secure the minute 6 rune here for Wogan. But it spawns on the top side, so Wogan is going for it. Rocket also moving over,
yes.
Doesn't get there in time.
And he'll astral step away from the brambles, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, good escape by Wogan there. And that shield run is going to be happy with that, because that eats into a lot of Dacty's damage from his Flame Guard. Which he normally can't deflect with the Resonant Pulse. Sure, Wogan's very happy to get that particular rune here.
Lane, did Wogan pick wrong there? I think he was like just in between circles. Not sure which one to jump to. They're going to run down Falcus again here atop, but with no stuns. With the bongo being used, it's just an easy walk away.
I feel like without, like, if they don't just land a spin on him, I don't think they have the damage to bring down Falcus.
Duck-T should be relatively fine here. Wogan's out of bottle charges, out of mana completely. There's really no kill threat here.
Yeah, Duck-T is pulling ahead far on last sets now against Wogan. He's up 13 last sets at the moment.
Buries himself out of clarity. I would expect a Remnant TP to base play here any second now once he...
Oh, they got a net on Mount in bot. Nothing seems to be coming of it. He gets the Grave Chill out.
Oh, he catches one Meepo and Snapfire in the cogs. It'll be another kill for Munt. Steve Handjob does manage to live, and they will chase down the Meepo ever so slightly. Looking for another Soul Assumption. Only 2 stacks, though.
Yeah, it doesn't quite have to them to bring him down. But
meanwhile, a Cursed Crown into a hook up top, and they're going to turn this around. It was a double Maledict, and now Falcus is level 6, and he's immediately going to eat 85 Cent Black and Mild. A double kill for the Pudge. Another death on 85 Cent. It was a double Maledict into a turnaround play. The Cursed Crown into hook, too strong.
Yeah, both of the up lanes showing up big here, but unlike 85 Cent, Descent is actually keeping up in the last hits. So might still be slightly better for the side of Halo 3 soundtrack.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Net to miss down bottom. Snapfire trying to run away. Gets the second net, though. We'll hold them back.
The rune of invisibility.
Mid lane, Wogan still no bottle charges. Will only have the dashes if he so.
Setting up him with the invis.
Yeah. He'll use 1 dash. Had a Mango and a Clarity, actually, so he does have plenty of mana.
Oh, there's action in top. We've got Denimbeard and Steve Handjob.
Yep, Falcus will go down. They finally get him with the Maledict. With the rotate.
That was a much needed kill. He was getting so much done in the top lane. That's a good rotation by Steve Handjob there.
Absolutely. Now 85 Cent can try to get some work done on this Maelstrom. Meanwhile, Meepo down bot, getting some pressure on the tower here, down to about half.
Freeing up the same space for the Meepo, obviously as a result of the rotation from Steve Handjob. Vesper is on him. He's got no mana. He's got very low health.
Going all in for the Wogan kill. Gets taunted and another Astral Step. Wogan will walk away.
Steve Handjob's going to go down on the bot side as well, I think. Ooh, just
playing in the trees. Vesper, just turn around and click him
once.
He's still alive. All you had to do.
Okay. Jasmine says him.
Gives his kill to Jazz Hands either way.
There's
So
another dismember up top on like
Yep.
a 85 stance.
has a full one, so pops that. We'll pop the Omni Slash. Falcus was running away at first, but he's just so beefy from all these Flesh Heap stacks. 1600 HP at 10 minutes, and it's a
that's
rotate
Wogan
from
there.
Wogan. See if he has enough damage here. He's going to go for the hook on 85 Cent. 85 Cent will man up and get a return kill, so a lot of gold going into his pocket that he needed. Cookie will miss Wogan. And it's just a fuck-off Bongo Maledict, but here comes Duck T. Up the river, Remnants in. Denimbeard's out of spells. It's a hook shot, but it misses the Ember Spirit. And with a Sleight of Fist, he will clean up the position 5 Witch Doctor. But now Duck T's kind of on an island here. He's got one Remnant left. Will he be able to kite long enough for another Sleight of Fist here? He'll Remnant up north. Pops the Fairy Fire. He's got no mana for Sleight of Fist. He's got to pop his wand. There it is. Not enough, and he gets taunted in.
Ugh.
Surrounded by 2 heroes. This should be a dead Duck T, and it is.
Very big for 85 cents to get away there out of that engagement. I think like everyone except Mount and Jazz and young into that engagement. But yeah, Wogan's Wizards getting out with a carry there I think is pretty big, and also getting the kill on Duck T is something Wogan is going to be very happy with.
Hunting bounties.
Meanwhile, Mant has got his drums finished. I think what he's moving into now is a flat, which is, I think, a pretty just reasonable build for the Visage in this game.
Yeah, standard Visage build. Tanking up with
Not
auras.
this
Meanwhile, it's a
Dismember.
Dismember onto Steve Handjob. The cogs will do nothing. Wogan steps in, but has no damage outside of that. Cursed Crown. It's going to catch 85 Cent Black and Mild. No hook, though. It's a fuck-off Death Ward. It gives plenty of space to terrorize in return.
Yeah, Mant rotated in for this, but not going to find anything there. And had a 3 soundtrack able to just retreat. And it's going to free up the bottom lane again for Jassens to just do whatever he wants here.
Should get this tower on this
Got
push
his-
here.
Yeah, he's got his Dragonlance finished, working
Oh,
towards
but
his
the creeps get pulled to the camp. He's got to kill this camp quick if he wants to get pressure. Meanwhile, mid lane, Duck T goes down to the Astral Step. Bucket Man. Gotta be careful here. There's 3 heroes of Wogan.
I'll take that as tribute. The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Jazz Hands will
Defense
send
up
his
with
wave
some
to the bottom
LPR
tower.
there.
Can't do nothing about Dire structures right now.
Just opting to let the
No,
creeps
it's-
do the damage.
This game is pretty close so far. The only real like outlier is Jassen just storming ahead of the CS at the moment.
Wogan does not get up to the high ground with the Dissimilate, but will Astral Step up.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
I have absolutely no idea what is meant on me by these days.
Dire just couldn't save that bottom tower.
Jazz Hands doesn't poof his way to the 3rd Meepo, and he's going to get caught here on the rotate.
Yeah, he's gonna punish
Choosing to go for
here.
Munt, but Munt's very tanky. This is just a dead Meepo.
Tower could
Just
use a little help.
lack of target selection there. That should have been a
That's
kill on
not-
Wogan.
It's more Deathtoll money going into the buckets of Munt there. He's got his flats finished now. Gonna have it brought out.
Space for 85 Cent to catch up, though, top.
Mm-hmm.
400 off of Maelstrom.
Trying to get that farming item online so I can start trying to catch up to the Halo 3 soundtrack heroes.
Dire's mid tower could use a little help.
Still only a 1k net worth lead for Halo 3. 14 minutes in. So it's been a relatively even game.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
The disparity definitely on the side of the cores, the position 1s.
Yeah, definitely, and probably the biggest hope for Wogan's Wizards at the moment being Mount at the top of the net worth with his Wizards.
You are too slow.
Coconut takes too long to get there, doesn't bounce to the creep, but now Halo 3 is bringing heroes mid. Falcon's going to look for a hook, but they've backed up. Meanwhile, Munt has the Vlad's done, immediately going for the pipe next. Just more
Yeah, it's
standard
these
Visor.
auras online.
Searing Chains misses again from Duck T.
Fox gonna go for okay, does not get it.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a
Now
pretty
Jazz Hands
sight
looking to
right
take the
now.
top tier 1.
Dire's top tower's getting beat down.
Has all his Meepos in the same area, but the line is being drawn to come
Radiant's
bottom.
gone and fortified their structures.
Smoke play from
Dire's
Wogan.
top
They're hoping to
tower,
catch them before they
you
get
know
back
the
to the
drill.
tower. They might catch Duck T here. Light of Fist is down. He's just going to walk in on Steve Handjob. Doesn't use the hook shot. It's
They're
a
not
remnant
catching
away.
them.
And
that's
the
a
hook shot
hook
onto
shot
the
on the
bird.
bird.
Okay.
I want to mine their top tower.
So this went spectacularly. A cookie away. No Void Remnant for 3
Dire's
seconds.
top
No
tower,
taunt.
You know the drill.
It's a very nice disengage from Halo 3 soundtrack, and Jazz Hands up in the top here, just doing whatever he wants, takes down the tier 1 tower.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
Halfway to eggs on Meepo.
Dire's
So this
top
bottom tier
tower's
1 will
getting
be
beat
sacrificed
down.
in return.
Radiant's mid tower.
But they're going to try to make a play out of it. The Simile from Wogan to dodge the Remnant damage, but he's stuck in the trees. It's a nice
Oh,
bongo
big
into
bongo.
Maledict. Valkus should go down here. He does. That's the first one dead for the side of Halo 3 soundtrack. Wogan down to the southern camps, picks up the other support, and now Vesper, all on his own, dies to Munt. Another Soul Assumption kill. More money in the pocket of the Visage.
Yeah, and that's an engagement that Wogan's Wizards are going to be very happy with. They take down the tower they're looking for and get 3 kills to boot.
Creating
not a
so
lot.
much space, too, for the Jug. Hit these camps.
Yeah, definitely. He's catching up as best he can.
Jazz Hands having to play a little more timid now. Can't push out quite as far. This whole team dead. Design himself to hit a couple of jungle camps and then probably poof his Meepos back to his side of the river. But there is another
Fox is
invade
back in
coming.
the mid lane. Gonna try to look for a hook here, maybe.
Try to look for a hook. Gets it on
That's
Wogan.
Wogan.
It's into the Dissimulate though, so he just
Yeah, that's
scoots
not
right
good to
away.
dismember.
That cog somehow missed. The Void Remnant won't though.
Regeneration.
I don't think we've seen a good hook shot yet out of this Clockwork. He's kind of just fumbled the bag a little bit.
Radiant's mid tower's getting
Tower will
Yeah, I
go
think
down,
we'll
and
be
they've
right,
caught
so-
Denimbeard. There should be a dead Witch Doctor. There's a hook. 85-cent Black and
85
Mild
cents
also
in the middle
stuck
of
on the
this.
other side of the cogs. It's another Remnant in from Duck T, but he's low on mana after this. He's got one more Remnant. He will Remnant away, but now completely out of mana. It's up to the rest of his team to do the damage, and it is not happening. Valkus tanking a lot of the damage, though, from the side of Wogan's Wizards. Will walk away, thanks to the Flesh Heap. Munt also walking away on very low HP.
Dire's
It ends up being a
mid
3 for
tower's
0.
technical difficulties.
But the cores, the mid, and the very farmed Visage managed to get away. So this won't slow down Wogan's Wizards too much.
Yeah, Just Hands coming into that fight with his newly finished Aghanims and putting the Mega Meepo to work. I was very worried there for a minute with the damage that was coming out from Munt's Soul Assumptions, but in the end, not quite enough to finish the heroes off. Focus getting away in a sliver of health. Just Hands going very low as well.
Munt and not finishing dudes off, name a more iconic duo. Hey!
Way. Yeah, that's another good boost to Jess Hands' net worth there. He's back on the top of the net worth chart. Trying to finish up with the Fusel Blade this time.
Posturing going on mid. Valkus throws out a hook, catches Wogan, but it's another quick Dissimulate, quick on the fingers. Dismember not
Yeah,
in time,
definitely.
and
He
an
doesn't-
immediate
he
smoke by
doesn't
both
immediately-
sides.
Yeah, Focus doesn't immediately get that Dismember up. Wogan is just going to dissimulate out of it every single time. They're trying to set up on Munt here.
Yeah, Munt completely on his own. They looked for the rotation up the river, Wogan's Wizards did, but found nothing. But with no hero showing on the map, Halo 3 also very,
Oh, Wogan's running into Jazz Hands here though.
Yep, there's a Maledict onto the Meepo. He
There's
pops
the
the
Mega Meepo.
pops the Mega Meepo to
Oh,
try
but
to buy himself some
That's what
damage.
is destroying him. Jesus.
It's a lot of health to burn through, but they do indeed do it. There's a Dismember onto Munt on the back end. Munt getting very low. Munt will go down. It's a Blaze Storm in by 85 cent with no Dismember. He should be okay if he gets this Omni Slash off, and he does. Just enough damage to get the Pudge, but will he die for it? Will Wogan buy him the space he needs? The Terrorize misses, and the Dark Willow will get finished off, and now Blade Storm up again for 85 cent. It's going to be a double kill for the Juggernaut. Much needed. He shows up with just a Yasha and Maelstrom.
Up large there. He's gonna try to run away. He doesn't have any mana to play with. That doesn't look like Wogan's Wizards are gonna be pursuing him very far. In the end, I think there was a 4-for-3 exchange favoring Wogan's Wizards. Definitely a back and forth fight there, but
definitely favoring
putting out
Wogan's
slightly
Wizards.
ahead.
Yeah, definitely favoring Wogan's Wizards. Another hook into another Dissimulate. Astral Step, there it is. But
yeah, I mean, the Duck and Weave potential from Wogan's Wizard is very strong here. And the only real thing to have to lock it down with, like, long is either the Nets or the Dismember. Other than that, like, these shifty heroes can just, like, move around the fight as much as they want. And Wogan's taking full advantage of that.
Jug creeping ever closer back to the top of the net worth, now at 10k. Almost has his Manta style finished.
Yeah, Wogan finished up his own Manta just now. He's gonna look towards the Aghanim Scepter next. And try to get some of these purchases online to get out of this Vespi Meepo net. Oh, Wogan's going down to
catches Rocket Man. Shadow Realm enough to buy some space. Can't target him with any more spells, so they'll let him go. Munt almost done with the Boots of Bearing, 1,500 gold off.
Jessam's barely still top of the net worth, but both Munt and 85 cents are closing in fast.
Down bottom.
I restore my connection to the void.
Wogan's Wizards bringing numbers.
Trouble brewing at Radiant.
Yeah, this pushing potential from Visage is very strong.
From Wogan. Now Halo 3 knows that they're locked down.
Jason's running into Wogan here.
Denimbeard gets caught by the sleight of
fist.
fist.
Out, but Wogan is just going to run away.
Mega Meepo is out. The Witch Doctor should be the first one to fall here. Gets the bongo off and a very short death word before dying. Falcus will get the eat onto Steve Handjob, but it's a double hook shot. He'll pay with his life too. And now Munt, kind of on his own. It's a 3-for-0. Wogan on the run. Has one step left. We'll have a second one in just a moment. There's the hook.
Got hooked back.
Predicts it, but still doesn't get the eat off in time. Did he have it up? He had it up.
Wogan just about makes his way out of that. Yeah, definitely a good fight from Halo 3 soundtrack there.
Yes, a great hold for the tier 2. Still pretty healthy. Half HP. They get 3 kills. They stop Munt from farming, getting more gold with Soul Assumption kills. Slow down the progress of the Aura boss. And 85 cents still just content to hit creeps.
Yeah, I think the big thing at the moment is just that they do not have a lot of damage to bring down this Mega Meepo at the moment. They're the one fight where they brought him down with a death ward, but lacking that, I see it's just like a raid boss is so annoying to deal with.
Just what the Dire's bottom tower's getting the business.
Falcus close to finishing up his Blink Dagger. Gonna look for some more initiation potential with that.
Shield Rune on Falcus, definitely gonna try to look to make a play here. 3,500 HP. He's not afraid of anything right now.
Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
You know, surely like the 8th time you hook him, it'll work. Maybe that time you'll get the Dismember off.
when he has this blink dagger, he can just decide to just blink onto Wogan, get this member off immediately, and then maybe go for the hook outside of it. Does open up for more initiation possibilities for the bites. Just about missed the hook on 85% there.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Armor Cape being delivered to the Witch Doctor, so hoping to get some longer channel death wards going on. If he uses it selfishly. Goons love to use save items selfishly, so it would not surprise
Absolutely.
me.
Incoming!
Solar Crest done
the best-
on Steve's
Best
hand
feeling
job.
in the world. Vesper potentially trying to give himself some potential to work himself into a car build as well. He's got the Maelstrom finish, working towards a Gleipnir now. Definitely provides some utility as well, but also opens up the potential for the Snapfire to transition into a semi-core later.
Top lane. They found the Meepo. The Mega Meepo comes out, but it's a long channel death ward. They're burning him down ever so slowly. Jazz Hand's kind of just standing there.
And the if they get the death ward on him, the Mega Meepo goes down pretty fast.
Almost wondering if that was a disconnect, because after he Mega Meepo'd, nothing happened.
Bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right
I
now.
mean, there were a lot of stuns flying around, and I'm not sure if you can all see them perfectly when he's in the Mega Meepo mode. But yeah, it did feel like there was some opening to do something there, but I still don't know if he was able to get out of it. Wogan's Wish is just transitioning this straight into a rush.
Ping Vesper. I had vision on him. Halo 3 not in a position to contest this, and they won't. They will just go for the mid-tier 2.
Dire's mid tower
Chip damage. Chip damage.
Oh, it steals the Roshan last hit with that.
Did steal it, so it's a little bit
Yeah,
of money
I
going
mean,
back
that's
towards
a
him.
good bit of money to get that, like.
But
was
now
no
he sticks
business being
around.
yours.
He sticks
He was
around
paying
after.
for this life,
Yeah.
yeah.
After revealing himself with the kisses, decides to stick around and get the Lotus. Like, not sure what the play was there.
I mean, he stole a bit of money from them, decides to give a little bit back. I can respect that.
Damn EUs and your charity.
One last top tower.
How dare you spread the wealth?
Radiant's top tower's taking hits.
Munt, I have to imagine, is bringing out his Butcher Bearing now. Don't know where his career is at, but he's building into an Orchid now, so I'm assuming he's got that finish. Either that or he's just ditched it. His career is still in base. I think he's just decided to go into the Orchid instead. Yeah, he's already got the Cornucopia.
Looking to set up here on the Meepo.
Oh, they're
It's
on
an astral
defense
step
again.
in. They pop the Mega Meepo. Falcus is in to try to buy some space, but he gets hit by the Maledict, and the Pudge is just melting. But it allows his Meepo to run away, to terrorize as well. Into Brambles. It's a big Gleipnir at a Duck T, and the Sleight of Fist going to do a lot of damage, but it does lock him in place for a little while because he's hitting so many targets. He'll have to Remnant away. Rocketman also burns the cookie. Another Remnant out by Duck T. Manages to get away from what I think was the Disperser.
Wogan's up on the cliff. He's not going to be up there for too long.
85 cents in by himself, but he pops the Omni Slash. It's a lot of damage, and it'll bring down Duck T, who tanked 80% of it by himself. But now 85 cent will probably pay with his life to the Meepo. Yes, that is just the Aegis. That is just the Aegis, and the Meepos are all about half HP. Wogan also very low with the Shield Rune, though. Is it enough to buy him enough space? It is! Wogan will walk away. And now the re-engage with the hook shot onto Rocketman. They do take down the Willow. And Soul Assumption, just not enough to... Vesper will live on a sliver of HP. Clockwork does go down in the end, but it ends up being a 3-for-1 plus Aegis. On the side of Wogan's Wizards, they'll get this tier 2 in the top lane.
One last top tower for the
A
Radiant.
good fight out of them.
I'm not sure how 85 cents got Duck T with the Omni there, but it's definitely a great start to the fight that they did.
Jug did half of the 17k damage in that fight.
Yeah, and then all 5 members of Wogan's Wizards just laying into Jazz hands does eventually bring down the meepo, even if they don't have to die for it. So yeah, Wogan's Wizards picking up steam here in this game. 85 cents now ahead of the meepo. That's not what you want to see for Halo 3 soundtrack.
Now the lead has disappeared,
Radiant's mid-tower's coming
turned
apart.
into a lead for the Jug.
$0.85 now very close. Yeah, he just straight up picks up the Aghanims, gets himself the Swift Slash. Feels so good to play with. Just got the extra little Omni Slash to play around with in a fight. And more of this duck and weave stuff that outside of the meepo, Halo 3 soundtrack has just had a hard time dealing with. There's the Whistle Bearing for a month. Got started after finishing his Orchid.
Down bottom. Wogan was found, manages to Astral Step out. TP'd away. Hookshot misses. And now Wogan's Wizards on the run. They pick up the kill on the Witch Doctor. Wogan almost paid for that with his life, but losing the Witch Doctor, not so bad. Had Wogan gone down, though, would have been cause for alarm, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Halo 3 soundtrack are gonna try to make the most of this 5v4 they've got currently, trying to lay into this bottom tier 2, potentially open up access to the Tormentor there.
Trying to punch it through back door. Here come the creeps, so the back door will wear off. They should be a free tower.
Yeah, but Wogan's Wizards are
return.
responding with just pushing mid.
They'll burn the glyph. We'll see if they have time to come back and defend, or if they'll just
And
settle for
Glyph is
getting
run
the
on both
Tormentor.
sides.
All right,
Radiant
now
Tower,
they're
or
posturing for the
Right already
Tormentor.
gone. Yeah.
Shard goes
Yeah,
to
easy has to
Rocket
come
Man.
after this. That's a good start to get. That's very helpful.
Wogan circles the map, knows exactly where Halo 3 soundtrack is. A hook from Falcus into the base. Swing and a miss.
Ducty trying to find Wogan here. It's gonna run straight into him.
Oh, but it's who finds who. Duck T. Wogan gets the remnant away, but he's out of steps and gets hit by the Gleipnir. He's stuck in place. The shield will give him a lot of health back so that he can survive. And it's a Maledict onto the Mega Meepo. Falcus will hook his Meepo to safety. And the dig also keeping the Meepo alive. He's back up. He's ready for round 2, and he's dead. Meanwhile, Mortimer's Kiss is coming out as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Halo 3 soundtrack on the run. Rocket Man should go down here. Can he pick up one? No. The taunt, that's all she wrote.
yeah, that situation with the Death Ward being their main tool and bringing down the Meepo, that is no longer the case. It's Jack can just kill him by himself at this point. Or at least kill one of the Meepos, which is enough to kill the whole tower if they're not all stacked up together. This is big trouble for Halo 3 soundtrack now.
Yeah, this will definitely translate to a tier 3 down. They have no fortification. This is just a lane. No Meepo for 20 seconds. The
Yeah, I don't
first
think that
lane
many
of
will
barracks
respond to this.
will go down here.
Vesper trying to lay out as much damage as he can.
A little bit of poke damage, a whiff on the hook. They at least get the birds for a little bit of a consolation gold. Alright, they'll clean up the birds. Munt will not have the resummon for another 40 seconds, though.
Just a little bit of time, but nothing too terrible. I mean, you're happy just taking a melee Rax for that.
Yep, nothing you should be worried about.
Mount's working towards the Aghanims now. He's getting himself a bit more damage and scouting potential as well. Got Wogan finished up his own Aghanim. It's gonna go into the Shivas next, it seems. And 85 Cent has finished up his Basher and just going straight into Abyssal Blade.
It'll be a
Got
5-man
that
smoke
lockdown
on
and pick
Halo
up
3.
potential. Yeah, they need something bad at the moment.
Trying to scan out the triangle, but it is empty. all the heroes of Wogan's Wizards in this top lane. Munt, as you said, trying to get the Sagadims complete. It's about 2,500 gold.
Halo 3 are coming up behind them here through the twin gates. Munt is currently separated from the team.
Munt is separated. This smoke, though, is about to run out. Oh, but
Yeah,
they're
Justin
coming
still
back.
needs to make
Wogan is
it
going to walk into them.
way over
Smoke
top.
pops. Wogan walks right in. There's the Dismember. Walks right up to him. Wogan
is a
gets
great
picked off
start to
first.
fight
And here
for
comes
Halo
Duck T to do the damage. It's a Glimmer Cape onto Denimbeard. Buys him some space. The Voodoo Switch a word and buy him a couple more seconds of life. Duck T chooses to go on the Clockwork instead to neutralize the hook shot. But 85 Cent is in. It's a lot of targets, though, to try to split the damage from the Omni Slash. He won't even get it off. Didn't even get the Swift Slash off. It's a disaster, though, for Wogan's Wizards. After they lose Wogan, they walk in one by one. Isolated the Clockwork on the backline by Duck T. The hook shot was too little too late. Only hooked his own man. But Creeps winning the game right now in the mid lane. They get a range racks out of that. So 4 for 0,
Yeah,
but
but
they
I
get a
mean-
range racks.
Yeah, just a very well executed ambush by Halo 3 Soundtrack. They're hiding up in the trees, finding Wogan to start the fight off. And at that point, especially with Munt needing to make his way over to the team there, the damage was just not there from Wogan's Wizards.
Dire's got one last top tower.
Witch Doctor still hanging on to this grease greens. He's gotta sell it when he's got Ag's money. If he were to sell it now, he'd be 500 short.
Yeah, I mean, I think you only burn that when you're like when you're able to make such a big purchase.
This would be a very late Ags, though. This would be about a 40-minute Ags.
Yeah, but like a past 5 gotta do what you can.
The rune of regeneration.
Past 5s in general cannot be choosers. There's another smoke out by Halo 3.
Baiting the triangle. Come up empty there. They don't have any vision in this top jungle. It's all... They have a sentry ward. No obs. So they're kind of walking in blind.
They're on the trail, but just a step behind.
Not far
They're
away.
gonna see the flare coming out. They know they're in front of them.
Rocket won't reveal it. Roche is up. So this could be
Yep.
a great jump for Halo
Wogan-
3, but the
Wogan
smoke
Wizards are
pops.
trying to break the smoke.
Smoke
here.
runs out just on its own.
They've got Munt.
They've come in, but it's a little bit disjointed. Duck T is going to try to go on the top to get the supports. The
he's
death
missing.
ward goes off, though. It is on the Meepo, the Mega Meepo, to absorb the damage. Duck T trying to click down Denimbeard. He will. Mega Meepo still half HP, and they just have enough damage to clean through the rest of the supports. A terrorize onto 85 Cent Black and Mild into the Dismember. He's out for the fight, dead for 85. Munt finally falls. Wogan gets taunted. Won't get taunted. He'll actually step away in TP.
Yeah, but that is 4 dead on Wogan's Wizards with 2 buybacks coming out. Both Munt and Denimbeard bought back for that.
And a half
That is a
HP Roche
huge
ready
fight
for them
for
to
Halo
take.
3 Soundtrack. Yeah, 85 Cent did not get on me off in that fight. That's very bad.
Yeah, we got the banner. Banner picked up by Duck T. And that's going to put
And
Duck T
it was
pretty close
close,
to
like-
BKB too.
There was definitely a point where potentially it could have turned in Wogan's Wizards' favor, but just about didn't have the damage to finish it off.
It's been quite a back
Yeah,
and
if-
forther. Problem
Yeah,
though,
if these
now-
fights are going to go well, they need to get Omni off on 85 Cent.
problem now,
no
Wogan has
question
no
about that.
TP for 20, has no way to get back to base. Went and pushed out this bottom lane, and they are just chunking through the backdoor protection. Wogan, you got to get back, mate. 5 seconds
The
still on
Glyph's going to buy
TP.
him a little more time. They're gonna lose to tier 3, not gonna lose their axe.
And then
Gonna
Wogan
have everyone
TP's home for
respawn.
nothing. They're already gone. An arcane rune down here. Oh, the rune changes though. Oh, it's an AD rune. Oh my God, Vesper, tip that man. That did not just happen.
I respect it. There you go, there's your tip. That is a chat play, I will give him that. But yeah, big lead now for Halo 3 soundtrack coming off that huge fight for them. Got the IF Skadi finished on the Meepo, still got the Aegis online.
His net worth
Let's
lead
see
has
what
ballooned
it's
into a 17,000 gold lead.
Yeah, curious to see what Baconsorcerer are going to try to come back from this. Munt's still a bit away from his Aghanims on the Visage. Obviously set back a lot by that buyback used in the last fight.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
Jazzhands is bringing the party to Dyer. He's knocking on their towers.
Mid tower's nothing now.
Bring his main Meepo back to top lane. Poof back in at any time.
Yeah, Vesper at this point leaning fully into the semi-carrier role. Has got his Guardian's Reach finish and now build a Crystallis going into the Daedalus. He's trying to get the most out of these little shredder shots. Denimbeard trying to Glimmer Cape out here, get some vision down, but he's gonna
He
run
walks
straight into
right
the
into
entire Halo
Vesper.
team.
That's a dead witch doctor.
Yeah, I mean that's a bold play is what I would call that. And he does not have buyback. He used it in the last fight.
Rags is in trouble.
That'll leave it open for the racks. 85 Cent gets hit by the hook into the dismember. Wogan buys space for his position 1 with a dissimulate combo. 85 Cent runs back into the base. It's just it's an absolute mess of spells here. Steve Handjob, the next to fall. The supports are dead. And this will be the top barracks going down.
This is a very hard hold for Wogan's Wizards right now.
Yeah, it's just an enormous amount of damage they have to overcome.
Mid tower could use a hand.
They're gonna have
Not taking
Denimbeard
enough.
back in 5 seconds, but it's gonna be enough. The racks are being torn through by this Meepo.
Dyer's mid rags. It's gone. Dyer's mid rags ain't around.
2 lanes of racks down. Denimbeard's going to try again. Gets the Maledict onto a couple of the Meepos, but a Dismember onto Wogan. He pops his BKB, and he's in on Vesper to try to clean up, keep the Mortimer's Kisses from going out. Meanwhile, on the front line, Bex Mild finally gets an Omni Slash off in one of these fights, and the Aegis gets reclaimed too, so they'd only have to kill the Meepo once. Duck Team very low on health. BKB about to run out. Gets one more Sleight of Fist off, buying himself some time. He goes down to Wogan. It's a lot of money for Wogan to go back into his pocket. And Muntacus just throwing out Soul Assumption after Soul Assumption. It's a hook shot in, gets a lot of stuns, but where's the follow-up? 85 Cent Black and Mild trying to man up, fight the Meepo, but he's getting clicked down. The Meepo able to heal up off of the Ransack. He can't fight this. He knows it. He's trying to run away. The nets miss, but eventually hit. And Jazz Hands is just allows him to live. It's okay. I get it. I get it. I'm on my own. Everybody else is dead.
Yeah, the Meepo is just back to one-man army levels again. there was the previous point where the judge stood a chance against him, but that moment has passed. He's on 6.3k health now, with all of the meepos stacked on top of him.
Bounty!
Absolute monster to bring down.
It has caused the Meepo to leapfrog the jug again by 4k. And now a 22,000 gold lead overall for Halo 3. In a very good position. Mid rack's dead, top rack's dead. Only a tier 3 left for Wogan's Wizards. It was a decent hold. I'll give them that. But they had to spend a lot.
Yeah, they got some good kills there, but not being able to bring down the meepo hurts a lot. Because that's their big problem at the moment. Just a minute left before potential roast spawns. This next roast is probably gonna be what decides the outcome of the game. If they get another Aegis on Jazz Hands, I struggle to see how Wogan's Wizards hold it. Yeah, and Halo 3 all setting up on the dire side, waiting for this roast to respawn. Still a little bit before it even has a chance of respawning, but if it is a fast spawn, they're going to be right here to claim it.
Unfortunate timing, as Wogan had just scanned that area to see if Radiant were there. The eat onto the illusion, so he manages to BKB TP away. Just really unfortunate. If he had waited 5 more seconds to use scan, he would have seen them come through the gate. But manages to escape with his life. Will Munt be as lucky? Avoids the sleight of fist and therefore the chains. Munt just hightailing it back to his high ground in the triangle. Back to the safety of his team. This Pudge with 4k HP and a Bloodstone, 21 stacks of Fleep.
So the win probably interesting enough. That 50-50, it's just like it keeps shifting around by like single-digit percentage points. But the game very much still thinks Wogan's Wizards have this potentially.
There's definitely a chance. I mean, if it's another failed high ground, like I wouldn't say another failed high ground push, but if they manage to hold on high ground and then they've claimed a barracks of themselves, so they could just go for tier 4s. And one of the tier 4s in Radiant space is even, half H below half, so.
Yeah, I think what Wogan's Wizards needs to do is not feed another dieback just before the fight. I think that would be a very good place to start. Wogan currently the only one on Wogan's Wizards who does not have his buyback. So they definitely need to try to keep him alive the best they can.
Looking at buyback status, it is indeed just Wogan. 3.5 minutes. Has the money, but not the time. We'll get hit by the Gleipnir, but he's fine.
Fresh mate.
Jason's steeping himself back, gonna fight this Tormentor with his friends over here. Got some money for his team. He does not have a Meepo left at his team though, and Munt's gonna run into Falcus here.
We'll start clicking down the Pudge. Doesn't have the HP to cut through this. We'll pop the Trickster's Cloak though. Buy himself some invisibility, and now the eat and the turnaround. Munt, he's overextended now. He goes down. Falcus still relatively healthy.
No,
they get a return kill on Vesper though. And Munt will buy back for this, so I think they're all in to take this fight outside of the base. They know they have to fight here when they have creeps pushed out. Otherwise, it's just game over. But 85 Cent is caught by the Brambles. He gets the Omni Slash off. It will get a kill on Rocketman. Duck T also very low, and Falcus as well. They might be able to clean this up here, but here comes the Mega Meepo. They've got to burn through 8k worth of HP. They've got plenty of HP. Yeah, they've got plenty of damage on him, and there's the dig. Buy a little bit more time. The Mega Meepo trying to run away down to under 2k HP. He's got plenty of movement speed. He's max movement speed.
Got the disperser on himself.
Yep.
There's the spin.
Duck T to give him the Searing Chains, but it's not enough. The
him.
Meepo goes down. It's a great fight by Wogan's Wizards. Oh, they've caught Duck T on the hook shot. He has no mana for Remnant. Now he should have mana now. So he's just going to kite. Wait for they're sticking around. 85 Cents camping the Remnant. Oh, it's a Remnant bait.
Better result.
And Steve misses him. Oh, no.
Still a huge fight for Wogan's Wizards, though. That's exactly what they were looking for.
With 70 seconds, no Meepo. I think you probably go for Roche here. Force this buyback first and then go Roche. Opting to go for the barracks up top rather than the tier 4s. Oh, but the Litter Shredder damage is online.
Yeah, this Dateless Snapfire is going to be a problem for them. They've got the extra little shredded targets now as well, so there's a lot of damage coming out from him.
Yeah, and he's not even 25 yet. It's only going to get worse. So, Wogan's really don't capitalize too much in terms of map position.
I'm not really able to get anything out of that. They're going to need to push up this bottom lane and try to work towards the roast. But by that time, everyone for Halo 3 is going to be back up. They're going to fight for this. In fact, Halo 3 is just speeding their full stop now. Well, Wogan's Wizards still lagging behind a little bit. If they swap up this Aegis, that's going to be a hard hold for Wogan's Wizards.
Dyer's going to scan the Roche pit. It comes up empty just as they walk into the pit. They don't know they're there. I mean, they kind of do, but they don't get the confirmation.
They know.
They just don't get the confirmation. The Dismember, though, gets used on Roche. So, interesting decision there. They won't have it for the fight, and they jump Vesper in the back by the gate. It should be a dead Snapfire. The Soul Assumption will finish it off. Valkus also getting very low, getting chewed through, as well as the Mega Meepo. It's 7,000 HP, but it means nothing. He gets the dig off. It's going to heal him back up a little bit. Denimbeard still sticking around. Gets the Voodoo Switcheroo for more damage. The Void Remnant as well to taunt him. Duck T versus the world here, as Rocketman is already TP'd back to base. And Roche, so low, will get claimed by Wogan's Wizards. It's a great fight from them. 3 for 0. All the Roche spoils go their way. And now, things looking very scary for Halo 3. The net worth lead is down to 10k. 85 Cent Black and Mild with a Refresher Shard.
Looking towards a double Omni Slash, potentially able to just wreck a fight with that. Opting DFT the Aegis to Munt instead.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days. Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower. There goes Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, the Meepo deck is more like the Visage Stone than the next deck. Next can still take damage, he just turns Invis.
Oh, Duck T, the Gleipnir misses on all 3 heroes. Somehow. Immediately Remnants away. Rocketman's got to come back. The rest of Radiant slowly respawning. Meepo's still dead for 25 seconds. They really don't want to use this buyback if they don't have to. The Mortimer's Kisses trying to scare them away. Not enough. The little Shredder damage. Formidable. But now it's 10 seconds without it. The Gleipnir into the hook on the Wogan. Another Astral Step away. They'll pick up a bird. And now Wogan's Wizards on the retreat. Have they overstayed their welcome? Munt gets jumped by Ductees. A lot of damage coming out onto the Visage. Meanwhile, 85 Cent Black and Mild trying to man up against the Pudge, shoot through that wall of flesh. Rocketman also trying to man up against Wogan. Will go down to the Soul Assumption. It's a killing spree for Munt. The Mega Meepo has been activated, and now the turnaround happens. Radiant's run out of damage, they run out of spells, and here comes Wogan's Wizards into the base, deep into the base. It's a save by Vesper. Save onto Vesper, I should say, by Falcus. But the racks have been claimed, each team down to one lane.
But yeah, that lead for Halo 3 is evaporated now, back to just a 1k lead. And a win probably firmly in favor of Wogan's Wizards now.
63% chance win probability for Wogan's Wizards. They have to go back. They'll push out their base.
But yeah, like that's the game essentially like equalized. Like both teams down to single racks at the moment, even though they're in different lanes. So yeah, this definitely currently a very good position for Wogan's Wizards, especially compared to the position they were in just like a minute ago.
Pressure Shard was used in that fight as well. How do you feel? How do you feel about this Jug no BKB?
I mean, it's done work for him. Like there's been a couple of fights where he hasn't been able to get the Omni Slash off, and those fights have been disastrous. But it's like he's ahead of the Meepo now again, and he is a formidable force for Wogan's Wizards. And last couple of fights they have got down that fort on the Meepo as well, and that just chews through him as much health as he has.
Desperation smoke now by Wogan's Wizards. They'll catch the Meepo. He's by himself. Oh, never. What am I talking about? Meanwhile, from the north, they've caught Vesper. Munt isolating the Snapfire, trying to take him out early so before he can get the Kiss damage out. But it's a lot of damage onto the Pudge. Falcus melting again to the combo of 85 Cent Black and Mild and Wogan. Jazz Hands trying to do all the damage himself, but he's not enough. He Mega Meepos up, but he'll go down as well as 100 seconds. Does have buyback. The Terrorize comes out too little too late.
Yeah, this damage from the Jug is a huge problem for Halo 3 to deal with now.
Will get out.
Nothing can really stand against it.
And now they have to burn this buyback now on Jazz Hands. The smoke instantly cancelled by Wogan. There's the Gleipnir though. He's dug in too deep. A BKB to simulate to get away. The net's not enough. Threw that net short. Yeah, noodle hands.
Yeah, that's more buybacks burned on the side of Halo 3. Currently only Ducty still has his. Definitely backs against the wall for Halo 3 soundtrack now. And that is not a place you want to be against a Jug that's this big.
One thing though that could prove a factor, full ag stun on Rocketman. It's a lot of magic damage coming out from a source that you wouldn't expect it to. Just another hero that you might have to prioritize in these fights. Vesper trying to stack. We are 1 minute from 60-minute items. Will the game last that long? I think Wogan's Wizards will be happy to wait for tier 5s.
Rock it on.
Shard going to Steve Handjob. Didn't actually have his shard yet. But that is a jetpack done on the clockwork.
Flares here.
Wogan and 85 cents also still don't have those shards, so there's still value to be picked up from these tormentors.
Munt's found Jazz Hands in the jungle trying to get his 60-minute items.
Yeah, Wogan is TPing over.
They all TP on. It's another hook shot into Jazz Hands. This should be a dead Meepo. Dead for 2 minutes with no buyback. It's a great scout by Munt. Knowing the 60-minute items are coming up, finds him in the lower jungle.
Yeah, that was a great find by Munt.
Dismember onto 85 cent Black and Mild, but he doesn't care. He pops the Manta style. Now Falcus extremely low. Duck T has to remnant in, trying to take out the backlines, but Munt stuns him with the birds. Duck T remnants back up to the high ground, back to the safety of his tier 4s, where Wogan is busy fighting Vesper and taking a lot of damage from the Snapfire, and Wogan goes down. 100 seconds, does have buyback though. Will burn it. I think this is their all in right here. Wogan immediately TPs back in onto the cart, but he gets eaten by Pudge. Ruckin burned his Shadow Realm prematurely, so doesn't have the damage for a second. That allows Wogan to Astral Step away. Wogan's Wizards able to muscle Halo 3 soundtrack back towards their fountain, but Munt gets caught by the Gleipnir, and it's another remnant in by Duck T, trying to find the Witch Doctor. He gets silenced though, pops his BKB, but he gets abyssaled by 85 cent Black and Mild, and that should be a dead Ember Spirit. He's hanging on by just a sliver of HP. He's dead, burns his buyback. Falcus also going down, trying to 1v3, dead for 2 minutes, no buyback.
Wogan is down.
Duck T trying to do all that he can, but he's so low, he gets stunned by the Witch Doctor into the Soul Assumption. He's got to run away, he's got to try to kite him away from the base. Remnant's up, but he's in range for the Soul Assumption. It doesn't matter, it's a triple kill for the Juggernaut. One tier 4 remains on a sliver of HP. This should be the game. 2 cores dead, unless the supports with their core transition items, if they could do anything, but 5 seconds on Shadow Realm. This should be a dead Ancient. Wogan's Wizards looking to close out game 1. It's a great fear into Terrorize, but Wogan is going to pop the Manta and just try to hit the base. Candy, 85 cent, he will get it. Game 1 to Wogan's Wizards.
That what a cracker of a game that was. Definitely a big back and forth on that one. Had Halo 3 soundtrack in the driver's seat for a significant of that game, but Wogan's Wizards holding on, eventually just grinding the win out. Yeah, I expect this win probability graph is a bit of a roller coaster. Not the craziest I've ever seen, but definitely a great game to watch.
Great job by 85 cent after such a rough start to pull back ahead of this Meepo.
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely props need to be given for Munt for keeping the team in the game for like the longest part of that game. Definitely put in the work as the Visage in that, and finding that pick off on the Meepo just before their last push on the base was excellent.
Definitely the game sealing play. Without the Meepo for 2 minutes, all Halo 3 could do was pray at that point. Game 1 to Wogan's Wizards. We will be back in just a moment with game number 2.
Alright, so we are back in.
Dire's ban. Radiant's ban.
Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome back for game number 2 between Wogan's Wizards and Halo 3 Soundtrack. I'm Cortez, joined by Jesper, and we had a absolute cracking first game. Very back and forth. In the end, it's a great scout by Munt to pick off the Pos 1 Meepo. Turns it into a dub for Wogan's Wizards after being, I'd say, on the back heel for most of that game.
10 seconds to go.
It's hard to say most because there was just a lot of swings both ways, but yeah, definitely a significant portion of that game was Halo 3 soundtrack in the driver's seat. So yeah, great work from Wogan's Wizards bringing that one back.
10 seconds to go. Ban.
And we've already got some more bans coming out. Still trying to keep the Dazzle away from Ducty. Don't want to be dealing with that at all.
10 seconds to go.
Other than that,
5 seconds.
mostly similar bans to last game. Getting the Witch Doctor out on Halo 3 soundtrack this time. Did not like the effect that the Death Red had on her Meepa.
Ten seconds to go.
I'm wondering
5
whether
seconds.
they're gonna try the Meepa strat again if they can get their hands on it. Because like, for all intents and purposes, it was working for a good portion of that game.
Dire's ban.
Dark Willow being removed on the
Dire's
side of
ban.
Wogan's Wizards. And a
Radiant's
Broodmother being taken away for Halo 3.
That allows the Hoodwink to come through.
Very good hero at the moment.
Definitely another support that can easily transition as the game goes on to a core role.
What I'm wondering is whether we're
10
going to
seconds to
see
go.
TA coming out on either of these sides, because both Wogan and
5
Ducty
seconds.
very much love that hero. So I feel like if it's in the pool, it might be a contested hero between the two of them. Weaver. Oh, this is
Dire's ban.
I'm struggling to remember which of the supports for Wogan's Wizards this is, but one of them loves playing support. It is Baconsorcerer. He
Radiant's ban.
absolutely loves this support Weaver. He has 300 Weaver games, and a good portion of them are support games. So I have to expect that this is a Baconsorcerer Weaver.
10 seconds to go.
Definitely get a quick Aghanim Scepter there.
5 seconds.
Get a team
I mean,
that
the
can
Axe
absorb
is-
a lot of damage and time-lapse
The
it
Axe
off.
is kind of bad on even support Weaver these days because it no longer reduces the cooldown. I think you're just leading into the heavy harassment damage that Weaver brings even without many items.
Ten seconds to
The
go.
Void Spirit taken away by Halo 3 soundtrack this time, so Wogan is gonna have to
5 seconds.
move to a different hero. Let's see what we're gonna get out of Wogan's Wizards for their second pick.
Seeing Wogan on a different mid this time. Void ban.
I'm wondering if either of them are gonna try to work towards that TA mid. Definitely a pick that can take over the game, given a good one. But also because both mid laners are very proficient at a hero, obviously they're also gonna have some intel on how to play against
Dire's
it.
pick. Dire's pick.
CM,
Radiant's pick.
absolutely classic support pick, and that's Tusk. Tusk, very strong support hero at the moment, and the Axe coming out for Focus.
couple of ways to interrupt the CM ult there. Between punch and
10
call
seconds
after
to
she gets the
go.
Glimmer Cape. Got alternatively, you've also got a little
5
bit of
seconds.
lockdown for the Weaver. Not crazy, but you can get a call into a snowball.
Radiant's pick.
The Logan can definitely be there. Lifestealer, that's an 85% pick. Likes that hero.
Ruins the blue strat, but
Yeah,
what it
this is not matching with the dress
10
code.
seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Maybe they're gonna have like a team of 4 like blue lackeys led by their red
show them who the
lieutenant.
true dominant color
Yeah.
is. Time is ticking down for
Dyer's
Wogan's.
pick.
Storm Spirits.
Another blue in the form of
Yeah,
the storm.
they're getting back into the dress code with this. I'm glad they're giving it some attention.
So we'll get Wogan
Dyer's
Storm
ban.
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage.
with an anti-mage in response. This can't say I'm a fan of this.
I have absolutely no idea where Anti-mage's at the moment. It feels like ages since I've seen that hero in a
10
game.
seconds to go.
Which is probably not a good sign, you know?
Radiant's ban.
It is good versus Storm, but I don't know how the hero in itself is at the moment.
Radiant's ban. Dyer's ban.
It banned the TA also.
Yeah.
Even
No,
though
they wanna
Wogan
keep
also-
that out of the hands of Ducty.
Dyer's
Yeah.
pick.
And they've got their Wogan hero, they don't need the TA anymore.
And a
And if it's
Visage.
being banned out, they don't want to see that again.
Yeah, I don't blame him for that one. Definitely with a MVP caliber performance there.
Mm-hmm.
10 seconds to go.
Interesting to see what they're gonna go for with him for this game.
OD.
OD coming out for Ducty. I'm hoping for something like Team Fight Initiate for Wogan's Wizards here, because they don't really have something to start the fight off other than maybe like a storm
10
catch on
seconds to
someone.
go.
It's a pretty good
5
good
seconds.
like lineup for OD alts. You got Lifestealer, CM, and Weaver. They have pretty low mana pools.
Slaughter.
And a fourth one in Slardar. So
Take your pick.
I mean, there is your initiation.
Yep.
Yeah, nothing too surprising out here. Got Baconsorcerer on its Weaver.
the Beaver.
I am a fan of the Beaver. The problem with it I have is I also use the head that gives you the extra effect on Shikuchi, and that kind of messes with the color scheme. But it's nice to see it all in its full glory. Actually, seeing it out here makes me want to just ditch the immortal piece and just run it like this because it looks very sick.
And with that, game number 2 between Wogan's Wizards and Halo 3 soundtrack begins. This time we got Wogan on Radiant and Halo 3 on Dire, swapping sides.
Yeah, I'm wondering how this is gonna go. Definitely an interesting setup for this game. So there is going to be some posturing from Wogan's on this side. Hey, the 3 setting up to defend. Wait, are they going to invade the other side?
They are. They're walking up high ground, and Wogan's Wizards gave it up. So they won't run into anybody there.
Yeah, but there's no rune to take here, so they can just go back and take the other runes.
30 seconds.
It's like a preemptive strike, I guess, but... And now they're going to circle around again to the other rune. These guys are getting their daily steps in, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
They're running all over this map.
We didn't walk enough pre-horn last game. We kind of just stood and stared at each other.
That's true. Yeah.
They did split up Wogan's
like-
Wizards, so if they do catch 85 cent here, but they're just gonna take the bottom 2 runes.
And there's- yeah.
Goes 2 for 2, and the lanes will get underway.
I mean, definitely a good sign. Definitely a good sign that they didn't the 3 runes to Wogan's this time around. No focus there to hook his teammate away from the rune. This CM set with the dog with the hat, it looks to me like the hat is gonna fall off at any moment.
It's not very secure on
It's
there.
very-
I would say if it wasn't
No.
for the ear that was poking through, it's got no way to anchor itself
Oh, yeah.
onto the head. But
Yeah,
I can see what you're
the
saying.
ear helps there.
Yeah, still nah.
There's some
They're going
posturing
on jazz
going
hands
There's,
up top.
Cards.
A lot of damage onto the Anti-Mage. Just
Better not catch you little.
laning on Anti-Mage just feels so awful. And with all the pause 1 play
Yeah.
that I've had, you know, I love Anti-Mage. I love him as a hero. I love the concept. I love playing him, but just until like level 7, level 8, it's just miserable.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of damage exchange in the bottom lane as well. 85 cent, falling very low from Fox's HeWhoHungers. Well, obviously able to steal some life back for himself.
And Jazz Hands Courier gets
Baconsorcerer.
sniped.
Stupid
Yeah.
bitch.
A lot of damage onto the
Runs
Beaver, but
away.
Sakuchi away. Vesper has to tank a creep camp.
Mid lane pretty even so
Pretty
far.
even.
Got a few denies on Ducty, but
I've watched Duck Team miss
Unless-
about 4 last
enough.
hits so far.
Mhm.
Like just mistiming. Really poor. Munt
Still
with the
got
bash
Munt
combo
avoiding
onto
their
Jazz
way.
Hands will get the blink off. But with his courier dead, he is out of regen. Vesper has no regen to give him either. This anti-mage can't approach the wave anymore.
yeah, both carries kind of suffering at
Oh.
the moment.
Ooh, if Slardar had just gotten in range there. What saves Jazz Hands right there is that he's 10 movement speed faster.
Yeah, neither carry is really having a great time here. 85 cent and Jessens both not as far on the last hit as the offlaners on both teams are. And Ducty is pulling further ahead of Wogan in the mid lane. Still racking up those denies and pulling ahead on last hits now as well.
Never yours.
You know, I'm really happy that Open Wounds came back as a baseline ability because
Oh,
I felt
am
like
right there with you.
I felt like without it, like you just had no gap close. Like he was just miserable. Like to try
I
to
mean,
go on.
you had the slow build into Goal Frenzy, but yeah, I
But
do love
that involves
Open
you have to
as a kill.
actually catch them first. Like being able to open
That's
wounds
true,
and then
but
get on
like
top of them.
the range on Open Wounds isn't that big though, so you kind of still
I'll get over it.
need to be decently close to him. But yeah, I'm absolutely there with you, Olaf. Oh, Bactiste chasing down Wogan for the rune here.
Will
The
deny
nice
the
water
rune.
rune for him.
Meanwhile, Steve Handjob was going for the courier snipe, did manage to deny it from getting 2 lane, but pays for it with his life. They read that one. They knew he was going for the courier snipe again. First blood to Halo 3, and another imprisonment on Wogan in the mid lane. Pops his Fairy Fire. With only 1 point in Arcane Orb, he doesn't have the damage to finish the job.
Yeah, Ducty not quite able to fish him out there, but he really doesn't need to, because Wogan just needs to run himself back to base now. It's not what he wants for your mid laner at this stage of the game.
Nope, takes the walk of shame.
That's almost at that point worse than dying,
Snowball?
because he wastes so much more.
Doesn't reach. Valkus, though, definitely coming out ahead. Top CS. Pretty much free farming.
Yeah, both carries just kind of taking it in this this early game. Falcus taking a bit more out of it than Munson this time around.
Oh, he's going to get
They're going
stunned
for the
under
dive.
tower. Yep. Gets the spin off. There's a snowball. 85 cent will go down. Valkus should survive the tower hits. Yep, he's fine.
That's a great dive.
Radiant's bottom.
Got a little messy because the ice shards weren't enough to catch him in the spin radius, but just took 1 extra spin. Jazz Hands finally got his regen out to him, but still only 22 last hits. Lifestealer, though, like we said, not doing any better. 19, now 20.
They've got 2 on Wogan in mid. Rocket Man moved over. They're TPing in.
There's a TP from
Baconsorcerer
Handjob.
as well.
And a TP from Denimbeard as well. Denimbeard will just eat the ultimate for 75% of his HP.
Yeah, that's.
How about that? You TP in,
that's
your
gonna
mid
hurt.
dies, and now you
That's
gotta
gonna
walk
hurt.
all the way home.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
this
I
leaves
mean,
85 cent also on his own down here.
Yeah, Focus is perfectly happy with this this 1v1 here, I think.
Pops the open wounds, but
Nice
Rocket Man is
weapon
back.
again.
He's gonna pop the rage from the movement speed and run himself away.
I'm taking
Up top.
a fair bit of damage. He's trying to fight back against him. With Baconsorcerer back, the Halo 3 soundtrack boys have to back off a little bit.
Is Maxine Crush the way to go now? On Slardar?
I think it is, yeah. I think the way the movement's slow and the damage scales just makes it the best 1-2 max early. And yeah, as the chat's saying, is also better for farming than bash.
Radiant's mid tower's coming apart.
You get nothing.
Red's done on Jazz Hands.
Ducty in a commanding lead over Wogan right now. It's almost doubling him on last hits and has 20 denies to his name.
Another banish on
He's
Wogan
going
in
in for
mid.
him. Wogan's
ball
sipping
away.
for his life.
Did not have Sanity's Eclipse though for 30 more seconds.
No, but I don't think Wogan is about to take that risk. He's trying to move over to bottom, trying to get a
down
rotation in
bottom.
on Rocket.
Yep. There's the call onto 85 cent, but Rocket Man's getting pretty low. Had the open wounds on him. 85 cent trying to chase him down with the slow on the Ghoul Frenzy, but it's run out. Will he get back under tower? Nice ice shards to save himself. And 85 cent has overextended. The last tower hit will be enough to kill the Lifestealer.
In the top tower.
And now Wogan's down here with no mana. Minus 400 mana on the Astral Imprisonment. Great shards
Yeah,
by
that-
Rocket Man.
Yeah, that was just kind of unfortunate for Wogan. He kind of overshot the zip a little bit at the engage, and let Rockets create more space than they really wanted to give him.
Munt trying to 1v2 up here, gets the Corrosive Haze onto Vesper, but eats the Mana Void. Eats a Mango, but it actually means that the Anti-Mage could do more damage to him because he has mana again. Steve Handjob comes up and bails out Slardar. Make sure they don't continue the dive. Bottom lane, Rocketman and Falcus now cutting the wave behind the tower. Looking for a wraparound here, maybe on the CM. But if he could get the Lifestealer, it'd be great too. Wogan dies mid again to the Sanities.
Yeah, this is a big problem for Wogan's Wizards here. But all three chorus on the side of Halo 3 soundtrack, top of the net worth at the moment. Don't really have anything going for them in any of the 3 lanes.
There's a call down bot onto 2. Denimbeard chase down under the tower. The Ice Shards will finish it. Munt and Steve Handjob looking for return kills, as well as Wogan. Wogan's here too. But Duck T comes in with a haste rune, gets the banish off, but not before the Vortex goes out to stun Falcus. Falcus just trying to get spins, doesn't get any spins. Oh, but the Vesper with a nice bullet acorn shot combo. And an ult kill as well. Duck T also gets some return kills, so it's a 2 for 3. Definitely some needed kills to slow down the side of Woga's Wizards and accelerate Halo 3's cores even further.
Yeah, that was almost very good for Wogan's Wizards getting the turnaround kills there, but Duck T showing up with the damage he's putting out at the moment makes it very hard for Wogan's Wizards to fight any good fights here.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Falcus just took so long to die. I think he had his Vanguard done by then.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
It's already a 5k lead for Halo 3.
Halo 3 and Duck T already has the Witchblade done too.
Yeah, he is what they call rolling.
Yeah, he's definitely off to a great start. Sanity's up again in 20 seconds, so we can expect another rotate from this OD momentarily.
Yeah, he can just pretty much do anyone he wants at the moment.
Down bottom.
Gonna find the arcane.
Finds the Arcane Rune and is immediately coming down bottom as Rocketman is going on behind the tower with Falcus. There's a time-lapse from Steve Handjob. Avoids the call with the Sakuchi. But walks back in, trying to just bait.
In the middle
waiting.
of it now.
There's a TP in for Black and Mild,
He's
but he's just going to TP in and feed probably. Now the Duck T's down here. And Wogan dies top with a dive by Munt onto Jazz Hands. This could be some great return kills from Wogan's Wizards.
Yeah.
Munt picks up a double in the top lane.
Yeah, Munt and Wogan had found Vesper.
Oh, and Duck T,
Wogan
they found Duck T.
It will be a big kill if they can get it, but he does so much damage.
He does so much damage, they just gotta infest and run away and not get sanitied. Black and Mild on the retreat. There is an Ice Shards available from Rocketman. Waiting. Uses it now, but it's far too late. Numbers have shown up. He's gonna wait for the rage to wear off and then drop the hammer. I'm sure of it. Any second now. Or
he's not gonna have to count. I mean, these are huge kills for Wagons to get. There's about 1,000 gold in that OD kill there. Definitely sorely needed for the side of Wogan's Wizards.
Yeah, 800 gold going to Wogan himself. To
For
get
the
him
first
back
time
into the game.
since 10 minutes, Munt actually creeping ahead of one of the Wogan's or the Halo 3 cars here. Jason still trying to farm up that Battle Fury before he can really start accelerating. But yeah, Falcus also farming up a storm during all this. Taken Ducty's place at the top of the net worth after that kill. He's working towards his blade mill. Probably gonna see a blink from him afterwards, trying to get the initiation.
He smoked up, looking for a jump. Sees the lifestealer mid. Thinks better of it. Another missed call by Falcus. Dust whiff as well. Bacon's way out of there.
Oh,
They get a
Jason's
kill.
dead.
Yep, they get a kill down bottom on the AM. And Munt will sprint himself away.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
No blink dagger on the axe yet. And various scrawlings going out from Jazz Hands.
Looking for me? Looking for
Got it.
me?
Dyer's mid tower won't last much longer.
This lifestealer's still level 8 though. Really
Yeah,
struggling.
he's very far behind. Falcus has finished his blade mill. It's not decided on his next item yet, but it's almost certainly gonna be the blink.
They can look at the setup on the
It's
enemy
queued
here.
up now.
AM blinks away. Posturing going on mid lane.
Yeah, Justin's still not able to finish his blink dagger so far, or his Malfury so far. Baconsorcerer is doing their best to slow that one down as much as they can.
Smoke behind as Axe is buying space to push up to the tower, allowing Halo to get into the jungle here. They're gonna find Munt. Here's the banish.
Yeah,
You're gonna set it up immediately into the hoodwink ult.
Ooh.
Gets the
Yeah,
connection,
yeah.
and Duck T will finish it with the pure damage.
That was a very good kill for them to get Mantis most of the fighting.
And an
strength of
immediate re-smoke
Baconsorcerer
too.
right now.
Looking for more
Falcus
Falcus,
trying
trying to
find someone.
Yep, just trying to buy space so that they can walk in under the tower. Here comes Duck T, has the hammer ready to go, is getting burned down really hard though. Gets open wounds
Yeah,
as
there's
well,
a lot
drops
of
the
damage
hammer
coming up.
prematurely. It's a less than optimal one, but he had to get it off before he dies. And now 85% Black and Mild taunted up by the axe. Where's the dunk? Boom! Shakalaka. Denimbeard on the escape, trying to keep it from being a 5-man wipe, but unfortunately he gets hit by the bola. Chased through the trees.
Munt's
That's
back.
it. Munt
Yeah,
respawns.
he missed
Too little, too late. It does end up essentially being a 5-man wipe by Halo 3 soundtrack, and they will claim the mid-tier one.
Yeah, there's some signs of life from Baconsorcerer start getting the kill on Duck T, but overall still very hard for them to fight into this, especially when their highest net worth hero is out at the start.
And after a really rough start from the enemy, just 17-minute Battle Fury, it's done. This farm will start to pick up a little bit. And it'll soon be able to join Halo 3 for these invades.
Yeah, this is the problem for Baconsorcerer right now. Well, Jason's been able to take this time to farm up his Battle Fury on the anti-mage. 85% still really hasn't gotten a chance to catch up at all. He's working towards a Deso, but even then, it's questionable what the Deso is even going to do at this point, because he's not going to be fighting yet.
Wizard's best opportunity here is that
End
Munt
call.
is 100 gold away from Blink Dagger. 85% gets caught, will infest into Wogan, manages to escape. If Wogan would just zip away,
Radiant's top tower.
it's just he's just being cocky.
I mean, they don't have any gap close at the moment, unless they got the blink call out with them on that.
Well, that's the Blink
They might
Dagger done on
conserve
Slardar.
small.
That's flying out. So they might look to take a fight right now.
Radiant's mid tower.
Yeah, this is their big item to fight around at the moment. They have the Deso on 85% as well, so you could join the Slaughter if you wanted to.
Radiant's top tower.
Get a little infest bump going.
Infest is down though because he used it to save his life.
Yeah, I won't have that for a little bit.
Blink done on the axe as well. Solar Crest done on Rocketman.
Radiant's
Yeah, and
top
these
tower is
towers are
taking
falling
hits.
very quickly to Halo 3 soundtrack.
Dire's
Almost
mid
up to a
tower is
10k lead now for them.
difficulties.
And the players focus has found some stacks.
Radiant's top tower is in bad shape.
I'm not opposed to taking the occasional bounty.
They're trying to find Falcus here on the top. He is mostly alone. He's got Vesper near, but he gets a blink away.
Over here now.
Wogan has his Orchid finished now. They're
Does.
getting
was,
some items
was
in
looking for
line.
Jazz Hands a bit. If Jazz Hands had stuck around, he was low enough to where he gets that Orchid off before the counterspell, he just dies.
Enough.
Bit of a passive last few minutes there, but a smoke by Halo 3 as they move top. Sanities is available. Well as a blink on Duck T.
Yeah, this is... Oh, they're finding Jazz Hands here. That's a good kill to find.
They do. Rest of Halo 3 still setting up. The Banish goes out. The Bola misses. And Solar Crest used pretty early. Their focus is split a little bit here. Wogan's doing a good job of kiting, and here comes Black and Mild on the backline. Forces the snowball out onto the Tusk. The punch up on Black and Mild to do nothing because he's raged. Vesper trying to run away. The hammer goes down on the back, but Munt dealing out so much damage. Takes out Duck T. Vesper also dies. The CM ult to buy space and buy herself some armor as well. Axe will be next to fall. It's a great fight from Wogan's Wizards. This should be a 5-0. It is a full team wipe for Wogan's Wizards. Puts them right back in this game.
The Dire might want to mine their top tower.
Yeah, that was beautifully played by Wogan's Wizards there. The damage Munt was laying into Duck T was insane. He brought him down so fast.
3,500 damage done by Munt.
Dire structures looking fortified.
Yeah, and this is definitely what they needed on the side of Wogan's Wizards to try and claw this game back. And they are doing it. They've brought that lead down by about 5k with just that fight.
It's going to put 85 cent very close to the Yasha being done. So halfway to S and Y.
Dire's mid tower won't last much longer.
And Jazz Hands trying to work his way towards his Manta now. Being set back a little bit by that death there earlier. Which is still mostly what Wogan's Wizards are going to be wanting to do, trying to just stop this animation from just farming up all his items.
Stupendous.
Both teams seemingly content to just farm up a bit right now. No big moves being made.
Yeah, I think looks like Wogan's next big item is going to be a BKB on Munt. So they'll probably wait for that to be finished.
Yeah, Fox is working towards his own BKB on the axe as well.
Wogan should have enough for this Witchblade if he chooses to go for it now.
Guess what's happening?
Wogan's Wizards trying to set up a little push here on the... Halo 3 are moving in to defend it. This is just a very annoying tower to attack for Radiant. It doesn't give you much. So far, Wogan's Wizards not committing fully for this range. You're just gonna go to the other side. It's not worth trying to push into this. They are still smoked though. They might want to look for Jazz Hands here.
to look
I
for
pinged
him,
him
and I
out. I
think
know where
Bacon.
he
I
is.
think Bacon's gonna find him. He finds that that camp was taken.
Yeah, they had the
And there it is, the jump
observer
from
there.
Munt into the Orchid into a
What?
double Orchid, and that should be all she wrote.
Yeah,
Jazz Hands picked
that's a
off
great
again
rotation.
just before getting his
Seeing the
Manta.
entire team. Yeah, they just saw the entire team committing to defend the bottom tier 1 and just U-turned, went to the other side of the map, found Jazz Hands and killed him. Now, Halo 3 soundtrack are going to try to get a little push out of this.
Bottom tower.
Because most of Wogan's Wizard TP'd out to get that kill, so they're not going to be in position to defend it just yet.
Radiant's bottom tower ain't a pretty sight right now.
They'll smoke up and make their way over.
Radiant's toughened up their structures.
Yeah, Halo 3 is wise to this, they're backing off. Focus. Charging ahead, trying to break a potential smoke there. It's not going to run into
I
them.
want to mine their top tower.
Malchus breaks the smoke on Wogan. Wogan jumps in, though, deep onto Duck T, pops the Orchid as well, but it's a 4-staff away, and now Wogan's all on his own. He manages to zip out, but he zips right into the Axe Call, and it's a 3-man Axe Call into the Hammer Drop. But where's your follow-up damage? Back and Mild walks in with the Desolator ready to go, the Drinking Buddies as well to amp him up even further, the Snowball to buy him some space and give him some health back. Munt on the run. Gets out with the Infested Lifestealer. It's a great jump by Wogan, and a great job surviving as long as he did. Does go down in the end, overextended a little bit. But he picks up 2 and narrows the gap even smaller. And now the re-jump by Munt with the BKB done, the Infest Bomb. They pick up a kill on Vesper, and this is a dead tier 1.
Yeah, the Halo 3 soundtrack just like lacking a little bit in the teamfight damage once the hammers come out from Duck T. They really need Jazz Hands to pick up some more items and get himself in team fighting shape, so they can actually fight back against these fights, because there's actually a lot of damage coming out from Wogan's Wizards now.
The Vortex was burned. Ruckaman will just smartly TP away, and the damage from the Orchid burn is not enough.
Radiant's top tower's hurting.
Yeah, with that, the early lead on the side of Halo 3 soundtrack is almost completely evaporated. I'm on top of the net worth now.
Hits.
He's got his BKB finish, working towards the Aghanims now. That is going to make him very tanky in these fights.
The Dire best do something about that bottom tower.
Jason has got his Manta completed.
The Dire gave
He's
up
gonna
bottom
try
tower.
to start the split push game with the AM going, but the Wogan's Wizards ball is very much rolling at the moment.
Got vision on Ruckaman on the side. Duck T was hanging out a little far, but backs up. Jazz Hands, though, yeah, nowhere near the team here if they choose to take a fight here. Lack of Mild to clean up the Ancients.
Yeah, Jason absolutely doesn't want to fight yet.
Rest of Wogan's Wizards backing up.
Duck T has really tumbled down these net worth charts. He's almost bottom of the course at the moment, just above Wogan still.
Yeah,
Definitely
with the
full
rough
from
start that
Grace,
Wogan had,
pretty
it's,
OD there. Low push being
the banish
created
onto
by
Wogan, but they disengage. They get the call on him, and as well as the call from Axe. Vesper goes in. Munt getting in on the hoodwink back here. We'll probably solo them. Yep, Vesper goes down. But Duck T silenced, just waiting to drop the hammer. Can't do it yet. Still silenced again. Wogan gets him with the Vortex, and that's a dead OD. Wogan doing his best to kite them around. Rocketman should fall as well. It's another great fight from Wogan's Wizards. Just doing enough spacing, keeping the supports out of the fight. Munt jumps Vesper as soon as he launches his ult. Jazz Hands doesn't get involved again. It's another just excellent trade. Wogan's Wizards now firmly in command of this game. Another 4 for 1.
Yeah, these silences are a huge problem for Halo 3 soundtrack. They've got one on Wogan and on Baconsorcerer, and they're tearing the team apart with them. Ducty is not able to do anything there because of the double arcade.
Much longer. Dire's mid tower's nothing now.
Plague makes a good point. It is going to be important for Wogan's Wizard that Ducty does not figure out what a BKB is. He has just found the bottom Plague. It's a problem. He's just found the BKB button.
Oh, but they've just found Jazz Hands also. It's a silence reflected onto the Weaver, but he gets rooted in place anyway. Silence the reflect will allow him to blink away. So they almost catch Jazz Hands again. And he just got this Basher delivered to him. Meanwhile, Duck T gets a kill on Wogan in mid with the ult. So a little bit of return gold for Duck T. And he is going into the BKB now.
Yeah, desperately needs that to survive in these fights. He cannot fight into these silences at the moment.
Munt is 200 gold off of Ags. Be a big pickup.
It's 85 cents working towards the AC has almost got that for him. Yeah, Munt on the brink of picking up his axe here, and that's going to make him very annoying to deal with in these fights.
Jazz Hands just going all in on damage, going for a butterfly next after the Basher.
Yeah, I mean, they need the damage from him in these fights. The problem is when his counter spells are going to be down, he is also just a very big target for these arcades from Wogan's Will.
Leipnir almost finished on Vesper. Rocket going for a blink. Just 1k off. Game slows down a little bit.
No breaking through the dire structures for now.
Just as
There's
I'm about to
smoke out
say,
from Wogan's Wizard.
just as I'm about to say, we haven't had a Roche yet. They were looking like they were going for it, but now they see Falcus, and they'd rather get the pick off first before they go in. It's a quick blade mail, BKB into a call, but it's just too much damage for the axe to tank through. He should die here. Wogan gets
Wogan is dead.
exploded, yeah. The mana void onto Wogan. The nuclear bomb of mana that Storm Spirit is. Takes him out. It's a 1-for-1.
In the end, being in the even trade across both teams, but
Back up for... I mean, they still have enough damage to do Roche if they wanted to. Without the axe.
yeah, but it's definitely scarier if Wogan is down, and you know the other team is just hanging out right there. Don't quite feel it. Jazz Hands has claimed the top net worth spot now. The anti-mages do be going brr now.
There is no magic.
Oh, they found Jazz
They
Hands.
found Jazz Hands.
He is not gonna be the top net worth much longer. He's out for 70 seconds. That's
Halo
a
3 will
long
do
time.
the Tormentor. Almost killing Vesper in the process.
And killing Vesper is a noble pursuit.
Dire's top tower.
And 500 HP tower claimed by Wogan in the top lane. Courier's flying out. What do we have coming out? Gleipnir for the Weaver. A Shard for Slardar.
Yeah, I mean, Shard is so good for the slider. It makes you so good at pushing with the crush. They have pinged the rush out again. They have their side set. And it does not look like Halo 3 are in a position to do much about it.
Probably not, but Roche will be moving in 30 seconds, so...
Yeah, that's where Wogans are setting up.
Yep. They do have time to make their way over there if they want to contest it.
Jason's back in the game.
Half an ag's done on 85. And here walks Roche.
Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a fairly uncontested rush. I do not expect Halo 3 are going to make their way over in time. They are trying, though. They're going to try.
They now try. They're like, oh, wait. Shit.
It is so fast. There's no way they got there.
We're under Radiant Vision too, so beat a hasty retreat. They gave the Aegis to the Lifestealer.
They did. But yeah, the big problem for them has been just Wogan dying very fast in these. That's something they're gonna have to deal with. He is working his way towards a BKB, but doesn't quite yet have the money. There's the infest on Mount.
Looking for the jump here. DuckT will find it first, though. The banish onto Wogan, but that causes the bullet to miss, so they don't get the stun. But Munt finds the jump on the Jazz Hands, and there's the silence, but it's right into an Axe Call. A great space buyer for his position 1, but 85 Cent will just go in, focus down the Anti-Mage, followed by the Axe. It's a return kill by DuckT. It's a return double, but they burn the Aegis of the Immortal also, so Lifestealer coming back to life is now isolated in the base. Going to take a lot of pure damage from these Arcane Orbs. The Walrus Punch was already used, plus the silence, plus the Root. Means Rocket Man won't be able to get a second one onto him. Can they get Steve Handjob on the retreat through the Sakuchi? They do. They have Dust with the time lapse to buy him some space. There's the punch up. Does he have another Sakuchi? He does. The Arcane Orb, the Dust is still on him. The Arcane Orb is enough to finish off the Weaver.
85 Cent came back for this.
He came back, and there's the Pop the Rage.
Trying to get DuckT.
Trying to get DuckT. There's the punch to buy him some time. The Arcane Orb, the Rage has fallen off. He's got to infest and run away, but it's a great bola by the Hoodwink to catch the infest target.
Ugh.
Now DuckT has to defensively imprison, and now Rocket Man just getting to run wild on all of them. Gets the blink out by DuckT, trying to click him down, trying to get it in between these rage timings, and he gets it.
On the edge.
The great kiting by DuckT, great blink out after the self-imprisonment.
Yeah, that was very nicely played from him.
Very well played. Waited for the rage to run out, where the pure damage could run rampant.
Yeah, you've kind of got this that little tug of war going between the Lifestealer and the OD. That while the Lifestealer is in rage, you can just hit the OD as much as you want, but as soon as it's gone, the OD just lays in the damage back into him. Jazzhands has reclaimed his status on top of the net worth. Has got his Butterfly finish now. He's got DuckT right behind him.
A golden thread. Invisibility.
I had DuckT right behind him now.
They gonna find the Weaver
85
here?
cents is got in between.
Seemed like it, but Wogan's walking up the river with its Invis rune. Looking for the wraparound.
Oh.
Dust
They
is
did not
popped.
get the catch on the Baconsorcerer there. But
It does
Wogan
catch
is
the Weaver. Wogan just
straight
walks
into the
right
back.
in.
I would have had my butt clenched there, hoping they did not have a sentry.
Yeah, that was very daring. And they had just popped the dust, you know, a moment earlier.
Yeah. No harm, no foul.
Soldier's fortune.
Jason's looking to finish up his Abyssal Blade here.
Here
Trying
comes
to get
Wogan's
some-
Wizards. They're
some
going to look for the
bypass
jump
quickly.
onto the axe, and they get it. Munt again with another great initiation. Black and Mild coming to finish him off. Jazz Hands pops the counterspell, runs in, and now has to get on the retreat. They do get the defensive imprison onto Falcus, and that's going to buy him enough time, hopefully, to get another call off. It's a big hammer from
Daxi's been
OD, but it's
probably
not
in,
enough. Jazz Hands will have to TP out. Wogan zips away. So they get Duck T as well as the Tusk. Lose nothing, and are in great position to threaten these racks.
Yeah, definitely a nice catch on the OD there from.
Oh, and another catch on the Animage by Munt. Another great jump. He'll die to the burn of the Orchid. Falcus can't get the call. They lose Wogan
And
for
Vesper
it, but it
picks
really
up 2
doesn't
kills.
matter. 85-cent Munt are more than enough damage to kill these racks. And they catch Vesper, so that means that Axe has to defensively TP, blink in and call. It's Munt's taking a lot of damage, though. He might go down here. He does, and that leaves 85-cent. And Steve Handjob kind of isolated on their own. Rocketman knows better, though. He doesn't dare fight that Lifestealer. So top racks claimed by Wogan's Wizards. They put their foot on this game. 22k net worth for the Lifestealer, 21 for the Slardar. Leapfrogging the Animage again. This Animage, Jazz Hands, is 1 in 7.
Guess what's happening?
Yeah, you see, as soon as Duck T is out of the fight, the damage for Halo 3 soundtrack just disappears. Their entire damage threat is on Duck T at the moment.
Another smoke out by Duck T, looking for a pick while the Slardar is still dead. It's less of a risk of a counter jump. Might find Black and Mild. I don't know if that's who you want to go on.
I was gonna give him the disruption.
God, just watching Weaver walk around without boots. 275 move speed. It's gross. 85 working on a Abyssal now. Could buy the Basher if you wanted to.
Yeah, this is all things considered very scary time for Halo 3 soundtrack at the moment.
They'll find this 80
They
rune,
are
they'll let
racked
85
down.
grab it.
Racks down, and the only one other team to have the buyback is Duck T at the moment. They're gonna find Rocket. Once straight onto him. There's no chance of survival there.
Yep, Rocket goes down. Dead for 100.
The Dire best do something about that Dire.
Probably a dieback for him. Oh, nice blink away from Duck T to avoid the Munt jump.
Yeah, it is the Rocket dieback he bought back.
But
in the
now,
last fight.
watch Lifestealer click this down in 5 hits.
Dire's bottom tower.
Just bad. That's another Rax going away for Wogan's
The
Wizards.
Dire's bottom rack
They'll go straight for the tier 3. They'll back themselves up out of the base a little bit.
Yeah, it's getting some more creeps.
Another banished by Duck, but immediately flees after that. We're at an 85% win probability now.
Oh, Munt's in again.
Munt
He's on
jumps
Vesper.
in with the BKB, makes quick Wicker the Hoodwink,
Fuck
then
it.
quick Wicker the Axe, and Wogan jumps in. It's a defensive imprison on Duck T. How long will he last once he gets out? Doesn't blink away. Blinks away now. Jazz Hands doing his best to kite as well. With the mischance from the Butterfly, Munt actually can't nail him down. And now they get the banish onto, I believe that's Wogan. Yep, Wogan will go down here. So it's a 3 for 3 and a hold. Didn't lose any buildings. Good job by Jazz Hands and Duck to hold the line.
Yeah, it's about the best kind of fight they're gonna have on the side of Halo 3 soundtrack for now.
Haste,
Definitely getting some much needed kills on their heroes.
a soldier's fortune.
And it's buying time for some of these buybacks to take back up. Ducty still hasn't needed to use his. They're gonna have Vesper's back.
Yeah,
And
they have Jazz Hands
3
as well.
minutes on focus and records.
Brain Road! Yeah, give that to CM. She'll get her level 20. Shard
That's
for the
the Abyssal
Weaver.
for Jazz Hands.
Jazz Hands, yeah, he'll buy out the Abyssal. Now 800 short of buyback. I think he'll farm it in time. It's a little risky, but
And they have the side of 5 now on Ducty. Hoping to get some control of these heroes that are just running amok in the fights against them.
they're gonna let another Roche go for the way of Wogan's Wizards.
I mean, they don't have much choice. See how fast this thing goes down.
And the Radiant done the deed.
And it'll be Lifestealer again to pick up the Aegis. I don't know. Lifestealer should not be dying at this point, really. You give it a Woe God, let him cause as much chaos as possible, and then burn it. He comes back with a full mana pool, and he can just cause more chaos.
Tower won't last much longer.
Yeah, I think at this point I would be happy to just be sitting there and hitting buildings as 85 cents. And just letting Wogan do what Wogan does and potentially do it twice.
It might reward bad habits, though. If Wogan's going in too deep, giving him a second life and then expecting him to get out with it might be the wrong play. Five trapped in the shards for the moment.
Yeah, that is the big upside to having the
Gleipnir
Aegis
Munt
on
gets
him.
baited by the illusion? That's very unlike him. Falcus comes in and whiffs the call when he's BKB'd, and now all the BKBs go off. Jazz Hands
Well,
absolutely
just
melting to the damage of Slardar. Has to buy back immediately. Axe goes down as well. No buyback from him. 85 cent. Gets put in the banish. The Mana Void comes out on a full mana. Slardar does absolutely nothing. Wogan chasing down Duck T, but gets absolutely destroyed by the pure damage, plus the hammer. Now Munt on the run will get clicked down to cancel his Blink Dagger. So will the banish. Still alive.
That is Mega's claims.
Munt
and
manages to
still-
get out.
No, not the Aegis Baron Lifestealer. He's just collecting these buildings.
Oh,
He's got
banish
the
yourself,
infest
Duck.
on Duck T.
He has the shard too, so he's able to buy himself a little bit of space.
Well, it's Rocket down as well. Munt's going back in.
They're going back in, but Halo
Only
3 is
Duck T
out
and
of
Vesper
lives.
left alive.
To that mid tower.
With only 2 up, no buybacks remaining. This last tier 4 will go down. The Ancient will be exposed.
Dyer's mid tower won't last much
I'd say a few hiccups from Wogan's, but all in all, I think they played the series pretty well. In the end,
Yeah,
it's a
definitely.
2-0.
Especially considering the start they came out with against Halo 3. Like, Halo 3 had all of their cores at the top of the net worth at the start of that game. So bringing that back and turning it into this commanding lead for Wogan's Wizards definitely worthy of respect. Anti-Mage ending up with a 2-9 and 8 just was never able to join the fights in the way that he wanted. And yeah, another very strong performance by Mount, 14 and 4 on the slider.
Had all the jumps you could ask for.
Yeah, easily the most hero damage on his team. Definitely not a big performance by him.
Meanwhile, yeah, Duck T doing all he could, 17 and 6. Had a decent amount of damage done.
Yeah,
the initiation wasn't there though. For like him having to buy a blink, he shouldn't have to be buying a blink in this. Like it should be defensive, if anything.
I think you still won it, but yeah, like essentially just the damage was all on Duck T for essentially that entire game, and the idea obviously being that at some point Jessens comes in and take over, but he never really hit that point. And Falcus mostly had his tankiness going for him. And at some point, like he's with all the minus armor that is in Wogan's Wizards, like that tankiness is not going to do any bit for you.
All in all, so it's a 2-0 for Wogan's Wizards. A great job out of them for their opening series of GTI. Plague, I will call you in just one moment. Should be able to just add you to.
Should work.
I hope this doesn't kick Jesper out. Hello, Plague.
Yo, what's up?
How are you feeling? An opening 2-0 for Wogan's Wizards.
I think I was really expecting, looking at game one, a 1-1. I was very surprised we managed to turn that one around, but very happy. And the second game, I was a lot more confident in the lads pretty much throughout. Even though it looked a little bit rough at the start, it was a lot more of like a stable draft, a lot more of comfort heroes. Wogan Storm always going to deliver.
Indeed, and what can you speak to your team's resiliency, especially in that game one?
I've always said across all GTIs that it is much better to have a team that knows how to team fight and play the map than it is to have a team that's really sick at laning. Because the sick at laning teams will win sometimes, but it's much more reliable, even if you get shit on in lane, to team fight, to gank, to know how to use wards, know how to use rotations to win the game. I mean, admittedly, you got to have a little bit of clutch factor in there as well. And I don't think we deserved to win game one. It was a close one, but it's that sort of staying calm under pressure and keeping together as a team that works.
All right, well, what would you say your main takeaway is? You're gonna go talk to the lads now about improvement for the next series.
I said in the chat, I think one of the main things, the bloodlust. Both games, when we had good advantages, we always turned that into a chase rather than an objective. So sometimes that was out on the map, they would go follow like Ember around or something, trying to get that final kill, instead of going and pushing the waves and trying to get towers. And more notably, when they're diving high ground, they don't just dive a little to get a kill or two and then back off, reset, hit buildings. They're fucking going to the fountain trying to get 5 kills. And if it works, fantastic. It didn't work quite a lot. We died a lot near their fountain.
Do you think that's a Wogan call, or is that like a group effort? And they're just...
It's something that's a very group effort. It normally comes from there's no voice that is going to say calm down. There's everyone going, oh, I can get a stun here, or I can get him here. And you just roll too far in. And once one person goes in, no one's going to be like, ditch him, lads, let him die, let's hit buildings. Everyone's going to fucking pile in. So it's important to build up someone in the team who's going to stick there and stay calm. And normally that's what you want a POS 5 for. You want your POS 5 to not have random blink daggers or not go whatever the fuck Vesper was doing with the mega damage. You want someone who's going to stay calm, be able to look more objectively at the game, and keep everyone on the same page.
Great words of wisdom from Plague. Congratulations once again on your opening series 2-0.
Thank you very much, and big credit to the enemy team. Halo 3 soundtrack, they made those games real fucking interesting.
Well, thank you for giving me a minute of your time, Plague, and good luck the rest of the way.
Pleasure as always.
Hope to
GG's.
see you again. Chat, a 2-0 to Wogan's Wizards. A convincing game 2. Not so much a game 1. Like Plague said, there's room for improvement. Need to quell the bloodlust just a little bit. Just dial it back just a little bit, refine it, and they'll be ready to go for their next series. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Cortez. Was joined by Jesper. Unfortunately, it did kick him out of the call there. Did not mean to do that. But I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all will come back for the next cast of GTI. I'm not sure. When is the next game? When is our next series? Not until Tuesday. We've got a triple header on Tuesday. We've got Team Sit Out versus Stessie. We've got Granny's Cookies versus Team Spherical. And Team Solid versus the reigning champs, Too Hot for Dota. Although I won't be casting those, I hope to see you all there. If you liked what you saw tonight, please be sure to leave a follow on the channel so you can be notified of every time I go live for more GTI matches.